On the show, we discuss everything AFL prelim finals, grand finals, AFLW club champion, and the fixture for round 1 in 2023. And our final Beryl and Cecil of the year, and I can't remember the rest.
Holy!
I'll swing over to Pete to avoid any more embarrassment.
Coming up on the Crowject, where's the theme music?
Hey guys, Tom Duday here, and you're listening to the Crowject.
Kick on the way.
Oh, it's kicked out.
He is right. Absolutely split the middle. Texan got his third. And the Adelaide fans are dead.
To win showdown 51. Kicks from 45. Starts right, but it's coming down. The Blues win.
Hello, loyal listeners. Welcome to episode 190 of the Crowject podcast. Before we get into it, because we do have a lot to get through tonight, believe it or not, this close to Christmas, there is still football news. We want to thank our sponsors in Nathaniel's Coffee and Panini, and we also want to thank Trojan Aluminium. Yeah. If you need coffee, or if you need panini, or if you need some sheet metal, make sure you go to the right one of those two, please. Nathaniel's is opening a new store at Nathaniel's Nathaniel's Portavia.
Yeah.
Opening soon
you
on
Aussie. It's a Portavia. Opening soon at 229 Green Hill Road. I actually went there the other day.
Yeah.
D-E-licious.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's open, it's not opening soon.
Yeah. And
there you go.
And so was the food. Anyway, back to you, Damon.
Thanks for that hospital handball, Pete. All right, we'll go around the table. You've all heard from Pete. He's back. He's back from a long, much-needed holiday and sojourn in the sun of Virginia. How are you, mate?
Virginia? I didn't go to Virginia. I went to Arkansas. Anyway, it's nothing like a holiday with a 3-year-old going over on a 20-hour flight. So, yeah, I feel worse. Anyway, back to you, Damon.
Benny Mack across from me. How are you, mate?
Good evening. Good. How are you?
Very well. How's the puppy that you're puppy sitting for at the moment?
Move on.
Excellent. Great. Great. Diagonal from me.
It's the Christmas special, isn't it?
Everyone's festive as we got more people walking past. Hey! Yes, you are on camera and on a low-grade podcast. Well, congratulations. There was your 15 seconds of fame.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see someone walking by.
Yep. And if you can identify them, get them to write in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Score yourself a crom beanie.
No, you can have a beanie. Sitting to my right and diagonal is a man that doesn't need any more crom beanies. He's told me he's got enough. Ray O'Hara, the draft expert. How are you, mate?
Good, thank you. I like your intros to me. It's better than what my ex-wife says about me. So.
I imagine it's something similar, though, isn't it?
You should be wearing a red tie right now. No respect. I got it. All right.
Take my wife, for example. Please, take her. Sitting directly to my right, the man who's completely perplexed and just wants to get on with the footy talk.
Yeah.
Lleyton, how are you, man?
Yeah, right. We've finally made it. Last episode of the year. It's been a long year. 3 seasons of footy.
Listen to you. You sound exhausted.
It's taken a toll.
To be fair, we've been recording for about half an hour.
I was going to say, the pre-roll is lit.
Is that all it's been?
Slightly libelous.
Yeah, it's never seen the light of day. All right.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Glad to see everyone sitting around the table. Pete, great to have you back. I'm going to hand over to you.
Okay. AFL Women's. We haven't talked about the prelim final yet that we had against Collingwood.
Yep.
No.
Or Brisbane.
Collingwood.
Really? Hang on. Who wrote this?
Anyway,
that's the bubble jet printer for you, Lleyton. Anyway, we lost to Brisbane in the prelim final. And I know this is slightly old news, but hey, we won a grand final and then we made a prelim in the same year. I'd say that's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a very good way of looking at it.
No one else can say they've done that.
Yeah. Especially you, Port.
Brisbane can. Oh, no, they didn't.
Well, Melbourne made a prelim, but they
Melbourne
also succeeded in the first season.
You're talking crap, right?
No one did it the same order that we did.
Yeah.
No one did it wearing the exact same colour scheme we did.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But we're on the same days.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They were on the same days.
Yeah.
So long story short, we lost. We lost the prelim. It was 46-23 with a close first quarter, but Brisbane kicking a goal late with that dodgy free kick. But
Oh yeah, because that's what did it.
Basically the difference, really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the second quarter when they kicked 4 goals to nothing didn't help either.
No, ignore that.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Doesn't fit the narrative.
And
The momentum of that free kick just carried him through those 4 goals.
Those last 30 seconds were torturous, weren't they?
Well, the season's over, but we had a new club champion. Not really, actually. Same one. Anne Hatchard, friend of the pod and not Patreon. Well, not yet. If you want to sign up, if you want, patreon.com/Crowject. And we have special deals for AFL women's players, I think. But third time she's won at that one.
She's now genuinely, we'll talk about this Crows women's team in a decade or so time.
Yeah.
About not just being pioneers of the game and not just about being greats and rah-rah, but we'll be talking about them, in the same breath as we talk about, your McGuinness, McDermott, those kind of guys.
What, they left the club just before we won a premiership?
Started a charity.
You took...
Oh, they started the slowdown. So there's going to be a women's slowdown coming up?
The greats that built the club, I think, is what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
So, the likes of Hatchard and Noffy and stuff will look back and say, that was a great generation, but it started what we have now. And Hatchie's going to be just this cult hero who deserves a statue around Debenham Oval when it's built one day.
This might be a bit ignorant because I don't follow it as closely as what you guys do, but is Hatchie one of the first lot that wasn't one of the marquee big names coming into AFLW that's now elevated herself to becoming that?
I'd say so.
She's definitely developed from a fringe player in the first season or two to very strong.
Oh, well, I mean...
Three-time club champion.
Three-time club champion. She'll finish highly in the league, best and fairest. She's a bona fide gun. And the criticism on her when she started early was that she was too slow and overweight. And she's completely turned that around and become a
Correct.
jet of a player.
And there's been some articles that have been where she's done some interviews and has talked about how much effort she's put into it and everything. And Ben, she's come on board.
Definitely has. One of the guns of the game.
Yeah, she learnt it all from EJ though. Who learnt it all from you?
Exactly. So I'll take credit for it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it myself.
And Chelsea Randall as well, most courageous award again. 5th time in 7 seasons.
Jeez.
I wasn't too far off last time I was on and said that she probably could, solve the Ukraine
crisis.
Get her into Iran now, see how she does with that. Yeah.
The Randall plan.
Exactly.
Better than the Marshall plan. We won't talk about that.
Speaking of Chelsea's, I think I saw today Chelsea Bedell League Defensive Player of the Year. I think she won. So that's a fantastic effort. Yeah, second or third season.
Well deserved. Another one, Ray, that's just not signed up as a marquee player, just come in leaps and bounds. Just in this season, not even this year of 2 seasons, just this season alone, she's become, an absolute standout in the comp. Deserves all the... And every women's player I've spoken to this year in interviews and stuff has listed her as one of the big improvers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But then, we had the grand final after losing the prelim. We had Brisbane taking on Melbourne in the grand final at, what was the stadium called?
Icon.
Springfield Stadium.
I was literally in my head, I'm going, The Simpsons. But that wasn't helping. I was getting
Isotopes?
Moe's. It was at Moe's.
Oh, right.
Albuquerque.
I'll be quirky.
Oh, dear.
Does that make the Gold Coast Shelbyville?
Yeah,
Moving on.
I'll take that.
Yeah. That joke landed well. Moving on.
Yeah, it landed.
Did everyone see, actually speaking of the AFLW grand final, Daisy Pearce and Taylor Harris's terrible tattoos that they got? Don't get that's stick figures that your kids drew isn't a premiership tattoo.
No.
I think the best part was no faces. Just just blank looks on their face.
Yeah, that could have been anyone.
They could have been holding up a trophy and being really angry, but they didn't want to show it.
Taylor Harris is trying to model it on her statue because it's got no face, because it's only representing the moment, not her. So she's trying to represent.
Right.
I think you thought about this a lot deeper than they did when they got it done.
Probably.
Well, I mean, she finally, 4th time lucky for her winning a premiership because she finally did a not playing the Crows.
Yeah, not against Randall, so she could actually win the cup. But they won.
Not that she did much herself, to be fair.
No, what did she do much? I didn't watch the game.
She had 4 touches and kicked a goal. She was actually not too bad watching the game.
That's a pretty good return.
But Demons won 19-15 in a really close game. I watched the second half. It was very.
I didn't get a chance to watch, but there was all this talk about the ground itself, the fact that the turf only went down 2 weeks beforehand. Which, if it's Kaikuyu, that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
Sir Walter Buffalo, not good. In fact, any lawn, bad. To run around.
Apart from AstroTurf, I couldn't name you a lawn that I'd want to run around on 2 weeks into laying.
Yeah, I wouldn't mow AstroTurf either because it doesn't grow.
I said the wrong word.
Yeah, okay, anyway. But seriously, what was it like as a spectacle? There weren't people slipping over or anything? I didn't get...
Not that I noticed. It was pretty good deck.
Okay.
There wasn't any major slip-ups. But, it was just a good, solid game. Massive crowd. Obviously, Brisbane dominated. But, it would suck to be Brisbane making how many grand finals and only winning one? Like 4 grand finals. They
Yeah.
made it, lost against us
The
in
inaugural.
year 1, lost against the Bulldogs in year 2,
Yeah.
and then won in 2021,
Yep.
and now lost this one.
Yeah, on their home deck.
Yeah.
One in 2021 with the
The umpire.
the former AFL umpire
Rigged.
who was I still remember that game. I remember they were not paying any holding the ball, and that clock was running
Yeah.
the whole game. We never forget. Anyway,
But they basically haven't even won a premiership, have they?
We can live happy because we've got 3 of them, so it's all right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't deserve to complain much here. And even in the year we didn't win it, we did win it, firstly. And
It's like confusing.
yeah, I know. And in the season that we didn't get it, we still made a prelim final. And I really do, from watching that prelim thing, we just made it on gas in the tank.
Yeah.
You know, we were
Muscle
just
memory.
muscle memory and fumes. I think we just got there and got
Doc Clark
spoken on.
wrote Aussie ticker up on the board and the Anzacs.
Yeah.
Go after him.
And even then he went. And even then he went. Is this inspiring? Yeah. Just punch the board. Just play soccer
what
footy.
Chelsea
Go play
does.
footy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick it to Erin. She hasn't played it for us for a bit. Stuff.
they're all wearing wristbands that say WWC. What would Chelsea do?
Yeah.
Clark's wearing a shirt that just says "Figure it out on the night."
Get ball, see ball, kick.
Well, there will be one player that won't be kicking the ball too much more for the Crows AFL Women's.
Yes.
Your mate, Ailish Considine, has been delisted, but I think it's a mutual thing because she didn't get much playing time, recovering from an injury.
Yeah. In this season, she was injured basically from the start.
Did you play 1 game or 2 games?
I think she came back for one. From
Yeah, it might not even have been one. I think her last game was the grand final last season.
Oh God, yeah.
So a good way to go out.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But yeah, what was the memories from meeting her?
Oh, I mean, on a personal note, she was my first ever interview. So there'll always be like a little thing there, a little, special place in the heart. So, Ailish, if you ever hear this, thank you very, very much. Interviewed her again since, and she's just awesome. She's to come over and have a crack at a game that you don't understand. We say this with every Irish men's player, women's player that comes over, but genuinely, it is a huge thing to come across the other side. The thing that stands out for me is last time I spoke to her was when she'd just come back in after the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking about her fitness regime and stuff. And she was, in the dead of winter Ireland, training in, she was on the farm, the family farm. So she's not even in a shed. She's in like a barn, just doing weights with whatever she can get her hands on.
Was she lifting logs, Rocky style?
I mean, in my head, yeah. And she's picking up, lambs on one shoulder and a basket of chickens on the other or something, trying to get a bit of weight differential. Don't look at the camera. You know what I'm talking about.
What's the difference between a shed and a barn?
One's bigger
Is it?
and one's got animals in it.
Yeah, barn's bigger than a shed, isn't it?
I feel like
sure.
a barn's got a pitched roof.
I
good
feel like
pitched
you're all
roof.
missing the point here.
If you go to Dutch, Pennsylvania, you see the Amish pitched roof, a good 60 degrees.
That was that quiz question that we had last week. The only pitched roof in London or whatever it was.
Oh, the thatched roof.
The thatched.
at the bloody
Globe Theatre.
Yeah.
You see,
if
you
only
should've
you were
come-
there, then we would have got it.
Anyway, Ailish Considine, legend.
And we're there writing down Lords, Big Ben, like
Lords?
Fuck, I don't know. Lords has a
The
roof.
cricket stadium famously that has no roof.
We're gonna have a roof somewhere. Yeah, over the shed for where the roller goes.
Isn't that like
Is it a barn or a
Cyclops
shed?
eye bit? Yeah. Anyway, back to Damon's story. Eilish Considine.
Ailish Considine, she's
Loves
training
thatched roofs.
training hard in the dead of a snowy cold winter.
Lifting
just
sheds?
Shut up. On the off chance that she may be able to travel back to this country to play her chosen sport, which she took up 2 seasons ago.
Not in a barn.
E-I-E-I-O.
A big barn. That's an AFL Max.
Bugger this.
That's a big.
Yeah,
that's a
big.
big barn.
That is big.
That was going to be a profound comment, amazing commentary that was going to win me a radio award. You blokes have ruined it.
Long story short, we love Eilish.
Two-time premiership player.
What's your favourite shed, Ray? I've been a fan of like Stratco, like good colour bond.
Look, this might shock you, but I'm not a real DIY kind of guy.
Doesn't shock me at all.
What?
Nah, like
Not in the slightest.
today we had no power at work The Stobie pole caught fire. So my computer.
Is this like Homer cornflakes milk just catches on fire?
I don't know what happened, but my computer wasn't working, so I couldn't do any work. So I just walked around the factory like tapping on boxes, being like, looks pretty good.
Hold on, boys. Hold on. Yeah, as you were. Yeah. Nice.
Run a tape measure over that. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Time for smoker.
Just going to push this mop and bucket around for a bit. I'm not going to take the mop out. Just going to push the whole unit around.
Anyway.
Remember when we used to talk about football?
No, we'll get back to that.
It's the Christmas special.
You brought up the sheds.
Yeah.
Did I?
Barns. Sheds.
Anyway.
That's like that speed video of, the Amish people putting up that shed within a day. That's a good video. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You know you've gotten to the, you need to go to bed. When you get to that depth of Facebook Reels,
That YouTube suggested video.
Yeah, those guys that are digging out a pool.
Hey, Lleyton.
Yeah.
Noffy had a syndesmosis injury.
Can you tell us where the Cindy's osmosis is?
I would have been asking you.
Yeah.
Can you explain syndesmosis for me?
So reverse osmosis is where the movement of particles from an area of high... Shit,
This joke is landing worse than mine.
No, I don't know. You figure it out, all right? I'm not consulting at the moment, even though I'm wearing scrubs.
We got Moses of her cinders.
Yeah.
Isn't syndesmosis the one in your foot where...
Well, she had a moon boot on, so yeah.
Her how bad?
The tendon that runs through the arch of your foot becomes inflamed and solid to the point where you struggle to bend your foot. So to correct it, they have to break it.
Oh, shit.
To release the tension of it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, like the Robert Harvey injury.
Robert Harvey jumping off of his kitchen table at home to... I mean, he's 4'2". His kitchen table is like... That's like jumping
That's
off
a
the
big
ground.
jump.
That's a huge jump.
Wait, so you believe that story? Oh,
Yeah, well, shouldn't I?
I think Robert Harvey looks like Daryl Summers. He's got like he's like an Audi version of Daryl Summers. Anyway, you look that one up. Anyway, so apparently the surgery was a success with an estimated 3-month recovery process, but she should be up and firing by March with enough time to be ready for the next pre-season. Harper said. I don't know who Harper is. I assume Phil Harper.
Phil Harper, yeah.
Oh, it's not just the Harper. It's not like Adelaide Symphony Orchestra.
He had spare time.
Just sitting
The flute section
sitting around filing his nails and everything.
The flute section were practicing. He had time. He was like,
Bloody
send it in.
woodwind. Would you keep it down?
Just play
Trying
this
to talk
point
about
for me.
Noffy. Come on.
Yeah.
Noffy and the harp. Sounds like a breakfast radio show. Anyway, the fact that Ebony was able to play through with the Cindy's osmosis injury is one of the more amazing efforts I've seen in my 25 years at the club, said the Harper. So he's looking it up now. That's Daryl Summers. Yeah, see? Identical.
I'm putting it together as like a collage so I can show everybody.
Describe his face so everyone actually knows what you're looking at.
2 eyes, a nose.
Oh, yeah. All held together by this head.
Somehow.
This gelatinous blob. All right, now, where to next, Lleyton?
I don't know.
Okay. We have to give some shout-outs to our amazing patrons as well. And who wants to get the list up of our amazing patrons? If you go to patreon.com/Crowject, we would be able to...
You can get access to the
the thing.
amazing pre-rolls that we've just recorded.
Yeah.
Let's not go over.
They're there. They exist.
And just while you're looking that up, I moved house a couple of weeks ago and used the Crom Cordy, and I'm guaranteeing it will give you at least 15 kilos extra lift.
Oh, really?
So get that at
Hashtag gains.
yeah.
No, that's what happens if you put it near Damon. He'll just run away. That's the energy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
it
it
put
just
me on
gives
like a
you power.
treadmill and it'll power a turbine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not proven, but probably factual.
Some sustainable energy right there.
So we've got the Obscure Crow episodes that have been coming out late. And which one's the next one that's going to be coming out? That one, buddy?
The next one coming out in a couple of weeks is all about Matthew Smith, is it? It's about someone. It's about an obscure player that I can't even remember the name.
That obscure.
Obscure it is.
Obscure.
Yeah, so that'll be coming out very soon, and we'll be having some interviews that'll be going up soon on our Patreon too. We've got spicy pre-rolls that we talked about, and also get your crowing as well. We've got to do the baby one to that one, Lleyton.
Oh, your collection of the
Yeah.
baby crom top.
Yeah, the Bonds Wonder Suits. Yeah, collectors. Shout out to Will Goodings as well, who had a baby as well. I was able to
congratulations.
well, I didn't do it anyway. And, I was able to send him one of the Bonds onesies too. Get around it.
Oh, you got the collage up there.
He's got the collage of Daryl Summers and Robert Harvey.
I'm thinking if the ages were closer,
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't pick the best photos.
Spitting image, I reckon.
The squash face, you reckon?
Robert Harvey never sat by while Red Simons racially abused someone.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Both of them knew how to perform on a Saturday, and they both died off around the late 90s.
And they both had a best
very
friend that was an
true.
ostrich.
Kajitsky?
There it is.
I thought,
Remember Aussie?
Yeah, Aussie ostrich.
Yeah. These kids don't.
I thought you were talking like Aussie. What's his name? Used to wear the. Did he wear the headgear?
Ozzy Jones?
Ozzy Jones. That's what I thought you meant. Not Kaczynski. I was like, that's a weird comparison.
Do you reckon Stan Alls just had Dickie Knee that would come up asking questions during like the halftime?
I don't know, but I want to Photoshop Dickie Knee into a shot from the 97 grand final.
Mr. Alves, can I go to full forward?
Oh, you should definitely get Barry Hall up in the action. My jokes are landing.
What about John Blackman, who just comes in as well?
Oh, yeah, that'll be weak. Oh, yeah, something
he was
offensive.
too busy driving Ubers.
That's right, the Crowbar boys. Yeah, sorry, I'm
Do you
just going to
blokes
get...
know I used to do over commentary on Hey Hey It's Saturday? I used to say a bunch of offensive stuff. Now I drive Ubers.
Okay.
All right. It is the off season, guys.
Is it showing? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just going to get up the list of the Patreons.
Yeah, I searched. I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Well, while you're doing that, let's just say thank you so much to everyone who is following us on the Patreon. You can get a bunch of different shows on that.
That we've already mentioned.
That we've already mentioned. I'm stalling for Pete. Desperately trying to stall for Pete.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Ben, what's your favourite bit of content on the Patreon, mate?
I've been trying to get some Benny in the bets up for the World Cup. We've had 2 out of about 15 days where we've successfully picked winners. So, that's a good strike rate for me, I think.
Was it just the 2 Australian wins? Or?
No, actually, I picked against them. So
Oh.
It's usually a pretty safe option.
bit of reverse psychology, really.
Did you know that the Socceroos have made the final 16 2 times since Essendon have won a final?
Oh, that's the best way to put it.
That is genuinely the best stat I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Love that.
And that's the most of the World Cup I've watched this.
Honestly, we'll probably win a World Cup before Essendon win another final. So that's all right.
That's it.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, remember. So just a big shout out to our $10 and above Patreons as well. We're doing so much that'll be coming soon. We've got our next recall that'll be happening in January as well, with a game that I finally started working on.
Oh.
You'll be surprised to hear that. But in all seriousness, reminiscent of our 97 Grand Final 2, that'll be coming soon. So thank you to our Patreons, our special Patreons, $10 and over as well. Dave Carnivale, Jake Pokove, Ray O'Hara. G'day, mate. How are you?
Hey, yeah, pretty good, thank you.
Yeah, Ben Piro, Sophie Damon, shout out to Solely Designs as well. Have huge sales that are happening at the present time over there. We'll put that up on our socials. Drew Corner, Sam Curtis, Sean Davies, James Payne, Michael Bornholm, Shahin Marty. Good. Jezza Withers, Lachlan Dan, Wellin, and Brendan McGarrigan as well. And a big thank you to everyone else for supporting us this year. Thank you so much for our $2 and $5 a month, guys. Yes.
Indeed.
Now, also, if you want to sign up as Patreon, patreon.com/Crowject, and you can get yourself some Crom merch, can't you, Lleyton?
Yes, you can get the aforementioned Crom Cordy hats.
Ooh.
Guaranteed to make you stronger.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Allegedly.
# swole.
They make me run faster.
You just don't get your money back if you don't have the same results.
Results
I'd be
may
hard
vary.
pressed to find someone that doesn't have those.
And the Crom scarves, the Crom beanies, the stickers, air fresheners, are we still doing?
Oh, yeah. They're actually going really, really quickly.
Oh.
I had to increase the shipping price because too many people bloody ordering. Anyway.
And, of course, the fabric of our club book
Yes, it's right.
Amazing.
makes a great Christmas gift
Yeah. Order it now.
at crowject.bigcartel.com.
That
Actually,
was seamless. Look at that. Order it now straight into the site. You can go.
you know what? I'm going to do a live read as well. It's time for a live read, I think.
Where's your
Of the book.
Where's your
So
Modra?
this is our audio book. Here we go. And here we have a 97-98 AFL preseason top. You won't believe it, but it's blue, red, and gold. And if I look on this side, It's a 97 AFL Grand Final top worn by the one and only Darren Jarman, and it's blue, red, and gold.
The guy's reading the pictures.
And if I turn the page,
There is actually text
there is
underneath.
text there. He's choosing not to read the text.
and if I turn the page, it's blue, red, and gold again, with some amazing facts underneath. And if I turn the page again, well, fuck me, it's blue, red, and gold again. So that's our audio book. That won't be happening, that's for sure. But anyway, get yourself the fabric of our club. Available right now at crowject.bigcartel.com. Only $59 plus shipping.
In all the colours, blue,
In all the-
red, and gold.
All the colours that matter.
I'll tell you what, the last audio book I listened to was Matthew Perry's memoir, so vastly different to that one.
Is that any
Less
good?
drugs.
Is he dead?
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. The guy's a mess.
Well, that's a good summary of the Crowject. Wow. Anyway. All right.
It's just a
on Chandler
beautiful
B.
car crash.
Oh, it's like... Car crash isn't even the right word for it. The guy, I don't even know how he's alive.
It's like a Maserati and a Ferrari both ran off the same cliff together and collided in midair.
I don't know if you guys are Friends fans, but obviously that reunion was on. Everyone's like, oh, God, he looked terrible. Well, about 3 weeks earlier, his bowel exploded.
Jesus.
He just got out of hospital from it.
Oh my God.
Why is he why do you have the clapping
That was
sound
the
effect?
wrong
Successfully
button,
took a shit.
surely.
Clap.
I'm sorry, but if you got an ileostomy and you're going to get paid $10 million to go on a HBO special, you do it.
Yeah.
Even if you smell like crap.
Yeah.
It's what the little charcoal things.
Yeah,
They put it in the
suck
bag.
it up.
They put it in the stoma bag to make the stinkies go away.
Sounds awful.
That's what they do. There's a little stoma. They put a little charcoal. Anyway.
Can we talk about the draft now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we've got other stuff to talk about. So, Lleyton, if there's a Crows game that you want, you can head to our Patreon and suggest a game, can't you?
Yes, it's the name a game version, but only on Patreon.
Yeah.
If I don't have the game, then
It didn't happen.
It didn't exist, or I haven't found it yet.
Fair.
Would there be many that you have in your catalogue that you don't have? Oh, they wouldn't be in your catalogue. Are there many that you're missing from our
Yeah, I've probably got about 90% of games. Yeah.
That's a lot of games.
30 odd years of football and you've got 90%. That's amazing.
That's a challenge to everyone. Can you find a game that Lleyton doesn't have?
Really? Get on it. We'll
you,
send
you won't even want to watch the game. You just try and find ones we don't have.
Oh, it'll be some garbage game against St Kilda on
Well,
a
we
wet
scored
Sunday afternoon.
2
We might
goals.
have it.
Waverley,
Yeah,
but-
that's it. Yeah. But if you find it, let us know. Leighton will put it up. Crombini. Can I do that?
Yeah, you just did.
There you go.
All right. Now, we're going to talk about all things draft, aren't we, Damon and Ray?
Love to.
Okay. Well, it says it
I'm
is on
good.
the run sheet.
I've got a couple of questions for the room
Oh, yeah.
before
Yes.
we get into the Crows draft, just
Yep.
about the draft in general and the off-season in
Yes.
general. Have Melbourne gotten worse?
Like, as
That's
in
an
the city
interesting
or...
question.
No, like Melbourne
Big
Demons
bias.
Ah,
They've
getting worse.
they've
Like, I
brought-
don't know that Grundy sort of helps them the way that Jackson
It's just
did.
gonna confuse the team. I think,
Yeah.
because they're the same sort of player.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. He's not the... I don't want to use a dog reference like I did Ned McHenry again, but Luke Jackson's like, you sort of like, you're just your Labrador, just happy to see everyone, like running around doing everything. But Grundy's not going to do that.
I feel like they're both enigmatic. Like, what's an enigmatic breed of dog? Like something that's like moody. I reckon like a Great Dane. Like you can't read it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is it going to get you?
Yeah.
Or is it just going to shit itself? Yeah, you don't know.
But he's a older working dog now. Is the thing with Grundy. He's in the wrong.
Yeah, but they have some
age
charm.
bracket.
They have some charm.
That's true.
They have some
but in
charm
terms of
about them.
footballers, I think I take your point in the sense that Jackson's going to be a 10 to 12 year prospect, and he's already playing not his best football yet, but he's damn close. He's a very, very good player. Grundy is coming at it. He's ready to plug in and play now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you've
but
got
coming
him-
off of injuries, I don't
Yeah.
think he's played
Well,
for
he's
2 years,
Hang on,
basically.
I look at this run sheet. It says with the Crowject. What are you talking about?
We talked about Barnes versus Sheds for an hour.
Well, at least that had nothing to do with it.
Oh my God.
Well, we can move on to the... Yeah, I just thought about that before when I seen...
It's an interesting question without notice. I like it. All right. Well,
When do we have questions with notice?
that's a good point. Yeah. Is this officially a
Speaker.
meeting on air?
The member for Port Adelaide has been warned.
We do not recognise the member from High Marsh. All right. So draft review. Crows picked up Max Michaelini, Billy Dowling, and Hugh Bond. Thank you. Paul Seedsman and Andrew McPherson have both been selected as rookies.
Yep.
I reckon they'll be good players. Lock them in.
At least one of those guys. And Brett Turner delisted and, quote, led down the garden path.
Yeah, he had some stuff to say, didn't he?
Yeah, bit of salt there.
Want to get to that, but we'll talk about the draft here. For a lot of people, surprising, considering we're basically just expecting to walk out of this with Michaelini and nothing else, basically.
Yeah.
But can I just illuminate you all? I got a message from the great man Ray the morning of the second half of the draft. And all it said was, heard a whisper, Crows are going to get Billy Dowling. And he bloody well did.
So
Reveal your source.
Hang on, did he whisper it? Did you send like a voice message?
I actually don't know.
Hey, Damon.
I actually just heard it. Yeah, I whispered it, but you can't convey tone in text. It was really hard.
Yeah. I got it though. I read it and I went, before Ray sent this, he looked over one shoulder, looked over the other shoulder, made sure he wasn't followed.
Nah, my rule in life is do not say things that require neck muscles. If you have to go, don't say it.
That's a good rule to live by. I like that a lot. It's a good one. So
That is brilliant. All right, anyway.
Michaelini, huge get.
Yep.
I did not see Sydney bidding on him. I did not see a bid coming that early. Certainly didn't see it coming from Sydney, who
Then bid on someone else.
Sydney just playing their own game on draft night. They just came to do
Just
their own
trolling.
thing. Yeah, pretty
Shit
much.
up, basically.
All right, we didn't get Michaelini. Let's bid on our neighbour's kid. No, didn't get him. No, all right, fine. We're trading out then.
Yeah.
It's just like what teams are we angry with?
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like they came to a party, opened the cupboard and went, you haven't got the chips I like. And then they opened the fridge and went, you haven't got any good beer. And then they left after stealing a pot plant. Like, they just...
Sir, this is a wake.
went into it.
I mean, after the grand final.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just Sydney. They're a bit precious at the moment.
Yeah.
On Max Michaelini, I have to give a shout out to my mate Nath, big Crows fan. He sent a message in our group chat of friends, and it was a highlights package of Max Michaelini, and it was the second ever game that I commentated for the SANFL.
Hey.
And
Really?
they stitched me up that day because they got someone's schedule wrong. So I was doing it by myself the second time.
Brilliant.
I was just having to talk. I was trying to do everything, and I called him like 4 different names. And I got some trolls on
What's some
YouTube.
of the names that you gave him?
Okay, called him like Michaelini, McCaney, Mulaney.
McAvaney.
By the end, he was just mumbling, Max Michaelini. Max Michaelini.
Maxim.
Yeah.
Is that a store? Is that Maxim?
Yeah, so
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
that was a rough day for me. But
Okay.
he's a good player.
He's a jet.
Once we know what his name is.
That's it. Oh, he's going to be one of these that we're just going to get his name wrong.
So he's a
continuously.
great player on mute.
Like, when he's playing, I'll be drunk on the hill. I won't be
that's a
getting
good
his
point.
name right. Don't worry.
Yeah,
We'll just call him Max.
Go, Max.
Go, Maxie.
But the second kid, Billy Dowling, I love this kid.
Oh, yeah.
So
I love him like Jade loved Jimmy Rowe. I love him like Lleyton loves a draw.
Can we just say loves?
Loved. I didn't know the
Loves.
tense to use.
Yeah, no, it's,
So
it's
I didn't
good.
want her to come after me.
Yeah,
as
she's a Woodville
Patreon
West
chat.
Torrens life member now.
Yeah, okay.
But I've made that up. Anyway.
So
But based on that means he's going to be delisted in a couple of years.
No, the ones
might
that
well be, honestly.
I don't have. I've got.
You haven't
my
got the
loves have
curse
been
on.
like Rory
Yeah.
Sloane, that sort of thing.
Billy
That's-
Frampton.
No,
Rory Sloane is how you described him on the draft special that you and I did, where like he's the absolute typical Hamish midfielder in that he's small and brunette. Doesn't
no,
have a
he's
trick.
190.
He's
He's
190.
shot up.
Oh, geez.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a taller midfielder, and I listened to his first interview today, and he just spoke about how he wants to be known for work rate, and
There you go.
which is all Sloane things.
Yep.
But there was one like really disturbing thing that he said in there. He's like, "Oh, I'm really excited to work with Rob, and I really want to go fishing out in Ned's boat." And I'm like, "Oh,
You can't have both.
that's going to cause issues.
One does not get on the other
Ned,
boat.
he's my friend first. No, he wants to come fishing with me.
Rob's on the boat with his terry toweling hat. And get off!
They're going to take like one of those awkward photos, like that's every Seth Rogen movie poster, where it's like one person's overly happy to be in the photo, the other person's like
Miserable.
miserable.
And like next to a fish.
Yeah.
Snapper.
The movie's called The Recruit.
Well, it's called 2.5 Men. Ned's the half. It's just like Ned looking up lovingly at the both of them.
Love it. Hugh Bond was the surprise packet. So if I can just talk about the Mega Nations to draft on a little bit, Max Michaelani's bid coming in early kind of loosely set up a lot of this stuff moving forward, because we had to match the bid, which meant we had to use up more draft capital than I think most of us thought we were going to.
And our first father-son too.
First father-son. Yep. First official father-son. Which then meant we had to trade in with Brisbane. So we lost one of our picks next year.
About a third.
But we also did a trade with the Gold Coast, where now basically we've exchanged our second rounders next year with Gold Coast second rounders, which is a good move because we can assume Gold Coast will be CAC again this year. And that had something to do with getting Hugh Bond as well. So there was machinations going on that second night to be able to get these blokes, which must mean something because no one knows who the hell Hugh Bond is.
Hang on, can we just clear something up? Number one, it's not related to Troy Bond. And Shane
Unsure.
Bond. No, he's
haven't
not.
checked
He's
the-
not.
Let's-
I'm pretty
okay,
sure he's
good.
not.
I thought
Yeah.
that was a question.
No, it's just as soon as he got picked, it was just, Beryl's and Cecil's all over
Second
the
father,
phone.
son.
Yeah.
Another father son.
But he just
Troy.
they say that there's few tougher and harder at the footy than him in this draft.
Yeah.
And few
Which-
that even noticed him.
Yeah, well, he played a couple of Vic Country games and did all right. Averaged about 17 touches or something. They played him down back though, because that's the problem with these state games is there's so many midfielders coming through the system
absolutely.
that some people have to drop back and play back, which Billy Dowling did a bit through his SA journey this year. Hugh Bond did for Vic Country as well, and they both played pretty well.
Do you know who, from watching the highlights of Hugh Bond, do you know who he reminds me of? And this is a bit deep cuts. Do you remember Aidan Riley?
The pig dog.
Pig dog.
There's a lot of him in there. There's a lot of just rough, I want to hurt the bloke when I'm tackling him kind of, raw ability, which I really like.
I wish we could aim a little higher.
I mean,
He'll be great for Sturt. He'll be good for Sturt.
absolutely. I mean, this guy's chump change. Like, we picked him up for Knicks, so.
And this pick basically pushed Turner out the door. You think?
Effectively. I
Just
don't
with
know.
list spots.
Should we talk about this then? Because he's...
Yeah.
Well, that only came out today.
It's interesting. Like, thanks, Ben, for the full page spread that you sent through on the chat so we could all research it.
24 screenshots.
No, it was good because I'm not paying for the advertiser.
Neither am I. I got it from someone else.
Yeah, I was going to say, I get it for free through Flinders because I work for them once a year. It's brilliant. Anyway, Brett Turner, salty. He got delisted by the Crows, got led down the garden path. And
After lasting just 136 days.
Oh, geez.
I don't know how that's relevant advertiser, but it really adds to it.
At
Does that
the,
sound more or less than like 6 months?
Yeah.
at
I'd
the
go
100
with a smaller number, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have.
at the 100 days, would you raise the lanyard? Like over
Yes.
there?
You've
made
passed probation.
Does that mean I'm staying?
Oh, have you spoke to Theo?
Come and have a chat. I was led down the garden path a bit, I feel, said Turner, who emptied his locker on Friday. I don't think he was saying that as he was emptying.
He turns to the cameras.
So
This was mine.
It does raise the question. It does raise the question, though, is anyone going to nominate for the mid-season draft? If it's only a 6-month contract,
yeah, that's a good point.
this guy's just put his life on hold for 6 months to chase a dream. He's had to quit his job. He's had to do all that. What's the point if you're just going to get delisted?
And he played reasonably well in the AFL
he did.
finals.
Well, they picked
it was just a strange pick because he's
was.
a bit more of a mature age recruit.
They picked him on the back of some strong form for Glenelg.
Yeah.
So there's footy playing ability there. They saw something in him. This confuses me more than anything because there were
think it's-
guys taken in that draft. Sorry, but there were guys taken in that draft after Turner who are really coming good. Played some good footy. There's a guy for Sydney whose name escapes me, but
Well, what's his name? Is it Ash Johnson that
Yes.
played for Collingwood?
yes, yeah, and just went straight in and playing like a jet. Who's to say he might not have a 10-year career, but it doesn't matter. Like you're getting this guy in the middle of the year on a speculative pick,
Yeah.
and if they come out good, they come out good. But Turner's to the point where he never really even looked like playing for the Crows. He came in with an injury, which is a typical Crows move to draft someone with an injury.
So out of the 100 and however many days, he couldn't play for the first 30 of them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sample size is tiny, and then he only had 6 months on the contract to do anything with it. It felt like he was on a hiding to nothing.
It's rough. I think with the leading down the garden path thing, I think the club can't commit when they've got so many things that could happen in the draft and rookie draft. And I think I heard on the radio before the draft, like saying that he knows like what his position is, what scenarios are going to happen about whether he's going to stay or not, basically. So I think that Bond pick just pushed him out another spot, because I don't think we would have took another player if we didn't see him on the board.
No, absolutely not.
Well, the draft didn't even go much deeper than what was Hugh Bond was 50.
Yeah.
I think it only finished at about 54 picks.
Yeah.
Shallow draft this year.
Yeah, you know what's shallow when they say it's an even draft.
Yeah, that's
That's commentator speak for not great.
for crap. Yeah,
Yeah.
No standouts.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
talk a little bit about, where's the drop off in this draft or whatever. That basically means who's the last talented kid. Yeah. This one, well, normally it goes to about pick 20, 25. This is probably closer to 12 or 15.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anyone picked after that point is a bad footballer. Like there will be gems that come out of this draft from nowhere. It just means that the locks were the pick top 12, probably were the big ones, weren't they?
Yeah, I think as much as it pains me to say, this Port did all right with a couple of speculative picks right at the end, which could come good. Like they picked Kyle Marshall with the last pick, who in our draft episode I spoke about being Jordan Butts' size with a Jordan Dawson kick. So he could be anything but he weighs about 35 kilos. So, a couple of pre-seasons under him, like he might come good, but it's a speculative one at the end of the draft.
What gets me between the two clubs is that Port seem to want to err on the side of key position players, whereas we always seem to err on the side of undersized midfielders.
Yeah.
Like one of them has got to have a bigger upside than the other. Even if the only thing this kid brings is that he's tall, we lack height. This is the second or third draft in a row where we haven't taken a ruckman.
I mean, we got Thilthorpe, 2 years ago?
Yeah, but is he
Still got Strawn.
part-time Strawn?
Still got Rob.
Still, yeah, but
When he's not meeting controversial
we
figures.
picked
We'll
up
talk about that later.
Mackessy's probably the thing on the run sheet that we haven't addressed.
Where do we see our list?
Usually on the website.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff.
Let me quote Justin Reed. Hang on, he made a quote about this.
Is it with a harper?
The harper's playing in the background. Justin Reed said.
Oh no, it's a flashback.
While you're looking that one up, Ben, I've just got the comments here on Facebook about the pick of Max Michelini when we took him. Matt Warren was asking about a bit overs or not. And then Jamie
we
Fraser,
had a choice in that.
Yeah, and then Jamie Fraser says, they're all overs, to be honest. I don't understand.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Just pay him nothing.
Yeah, it's
Never use your pick.
They should play for the privilege.
Karen Smith says, I think Sydney were playing forcing a couple of clubs to bid. They play the draft very well. Unlike the grand final. Anyway. We've got Simon M. Morris, who said, Sydney the Dogs made us match a bid on him knowing that they would never get him. Just salty, we stole Dawson and still got sore bums from the Geelong spanking. Love react for you. That's all we got. You able to get those comments up, Benny Mac?
Yes, it's not exactly a direct quote as much as I thought it was, but he said, we are always looking on ways to improve our list and we're always having ongoing conversations on a regular basis. We'll identify where there may be some gaps, but that takes time and games and seeing where the cohesion of the group goes. Doesn't really say anything about the quality of the list, but,
I think we're a few defenders short.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially now with Mackesy in limbo. I think is probably the easiest way to talk about him. I would have loved to have seen us go for a key position player of any description with that last pick.
Yeah.
But who knows? Bond could come out to be an absolute jet. So we're talking about the ruckman. I've been harping on about this for ages. I still see Thilthorpe as part-time ruckman, full-time forward. Himmelberg, I'm actually genuinely stunned he's still on the list in a lot of ways. No disrespect to him. I don't want to knock him. Just looking at the machinations over the last few years.
Hey, I seen him and Lockie Murphy out shopping for laundry baskets the other day at Westlakes. And,
Yeah, right.
You know, he's in for the long haul.
Oh, laundry basket.
How do you know they were looking for laundry baskets specifically, or they were?
Well, they were holding one.
Was one. Do you like this one or this one? They're both the same. They're not. If you're not invested in this, why should I be? Do you want this one? This is the toilet roll holders all over again.
Get out of my house, Elliot.
I walked out of seeing them holding laundry baskets and seen Modra walk past the front door of Kmart. I was like, where am I right now?
Ray, this was a dream, mate.
No, it happened. I was awake, I'm pretty sure.
You were there and you were there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I feel like Himmelberg is like the ultimate Sean McKernan type player.
Yes.
He's going to go to 2 other clubs and do nothing.
Yeah.
What do we think about doing the same as his brother and chucking him down back?
I'd do it. Why not?
He played a couple of Samford games down back and looked really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Did you call those ones?
I didn't call those ones. I watched them though.
Okay. Would you have named him something else during those games?
Heimelberg.
Not the Dragon.
No one calls him that. Adelaide, that hasn't worked.
Hindley Burger. Anyway.
Himmelslug.
Yeah.
That's actually Paul Seedsman and Andrew McClurson.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
catching
already
the
said
Raiders
this.
these.
I'm glad
I
that
want to talk about these.
I'm glad that Seed's on the list just to, one, give him a contract, get him through the whole concussion sort of thing. He's in the best medical care that you can get.
Yep.
And it's the best environment for him to be in, honestly.
Didn't he spend most of last year back in Melbourne though?
Correct.
Yeah, with specialist, I think.
Yeah, specialist neurology input and all that. But
Yeah, right.
at the same time, it's covered by the club.
Yeah.
And AFL, and it's under the insurance.
As it should be.
Yeah.
There's definitely big upside if he comes good
Oh, massive.
based on his previous season.
McPherson's the one that's really interesting to me, especially with Brown retiring. You would think this is his do or die year.
As long as he comes off his injury, he'll be right.
Yeah.
I think was it not an ACL or a PCL or something last year that he
Was he
had?
the one where we genuinely didn't know? There was weeks where we're just
Yeah.
like, McPherson's just injured, test, sore test, and we couldn't get a firm read on where he was.
Test,
Yeah.
fail,
Injury awareness.
test, fail.
He's been a bit like that his whole time at Adelaide and just sort of leaves him like, where does he go?
Yeah.
Like on the way back in.
But when he puts it together, when he played his best footy, we're like, this kid's a star in the making.
Yeah,
You
I mean, he was state captain under 18s.
He
or
was.
seniors or something as well, and came in
Yeah.
for a few good games, and then got injured.
Hopefully he puts it all together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some good news there on the run sheet, Pete.
Oh, yeah. Well, it gets better. The Fog extends his contract. I'm glad there was a contract in there. Until the end of 2025. So there was lots of speculation that he may be moving on, or other news during the year about him going to Brisbane and other stuff like that, and talks there. And he said nothing on social media because he doesn't put anything on his Instagram.
Yeah.
It's just him, farm equipment and just, lifting up, rocks. I don't know. Yeah. But we're very
in the
happy.
barn. We brought it.
Or is no, he would be in the shed.
Yeah, he would be in the shed.
Yeah,
he's a shed guy.
Yeah, he's a shed guy.
And he'd tell you
He's
straight
got
up.
dirty hands.
Getting out from under the Massey Ferguson, just greasing some nipples.
And we would make this joke to him and he would just go, yeah, I was in the shed.
Yeah, shed.
Barnes over there.
Fix it. Footy, full-court effort.
Full quarter
Yeah.
effort.
It's big turnaround for half a year of footy.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive. But deserved. If he can put that half a year of footy that he put together in again and get 50% of that as consistency, what am I trying to say here? If he's 50% less freakish and 50% more consistent, he is worth every bit of that contract. Because he will take third tall defender every time. Leave it alone, Pete. Just move on. It's fine. You can drop it. I've dropped it. Let's just move on with our lives.
What?
Okay, we will.
So if he gets better,
If he gets better but more consistent. So even if I'm saying if he gets worse in terms of ability that he showed, but gets more consistent with it, that's all we want.
Hang on, I need string and a pinboard. And I might find the Zodiac murderer as well.
Nixie, where are the water bottles?
Oh no, says Atkins.
Back to the draft picks and the players coming in. Have we seen what numbers they get? Because
Not
I
yet.
find
Not yet.
what numbers players get quite interesting.
I think you said this before.
Yeah, we've
actually.
spoken about it once before as to like who you're going to sit next to in the locker room.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
who's going to get the poison chalice of where Brett Turner was? It's going to be covered in like Ribena, so it's all sticky.
yeah, so Brett Turner was 25. So he'd be.
No, he wasn't.
No,
No,
it wasn't. That's McHenry.
46.
Was he?
He
Yeah.
was right up the end. That's why he quit.
So you got like Ben Davis's 40 left, which wouldn't be bad for Max McElhaney because he says he models his game on Tom Doedee. So sitting right next to Tom Doedee
Yeah, that's good.
in the 40 might be good for the first couple of years.
So
I've
Billy-
seen Billy Dowling wearing Jimmy Rose 31 in a picture.
Yeah, in the training. Yeah,
In the training jersey.
I don't know. That'd be real hard for anyone to come into the club, sit down, and turn to Fogarty on one side and go, "Hi, nice to meet you," and he just goes, "Yep, 4/4 effort."
Yep.
Yep.
You ever
Shit's
been to a
over there.
farm?
Grease and nipples.
So I can't think off the top of my head who else is. Well, Luke Brown's 16, so you're in between Saligo and
Hamill and Cook.
Hamill, which isn't a bad spot to sit.
No.
We actually don't have many gaps in between. I'm looking at the list now. So
Yeah.
one's filled, two. We're not going to go through the lot, but basically
And
there's
22's ranking now. That's
Yeah.
been confirmed.
Oh my
They've
god,
washed the Billy Frampton off of it and given it to
that drove me nuts. Like
Wash this curse off. Yeah.
he's got the number 18 and the number 22 to choose from, and like your prerogative, mate. You do what you want to do with your jumpers and but 18. You know, Eddie Betts, Stiffy Johncock, number 18. Oh, freaking 20. Neil Perry.
Ian Perry.
Ian
baby.
Perry. Ian Perry.
Who's Neil Perry?
Absolute disaster case. You got Perry, or you've got
Andy
you've got
Otten.
Andy Otten. Yeah.
And then when he was
the
asked,
guy
well,
that
why,
flashed the camera at halftime.
No, that was Ricky Henderson.
Oh, Henderson. They're the same person to me.
sure.
Same
so-
Beryl.
They both went to Hawthorn? No, that was Hardigan. Yeah, same
Yeah.
person.
Actually, Andy Otten got signed as Collingwood's development coach.
He did too. That's right. So he goes with 22, and they all say to him, "Why'd you go with 22?" Well, because the 23rd's my birthday, and I couldn't get 23 at the Gold
Yeah.
Coast.
And I couldn't get 23 here either.
Like, wait. Oh my God. Isaac.
But he's close.
Isaac. How
He's
you
close
doing,
to
mate?
McAdam. He's close to McAdam.
Yeah,
you
he's-
know.
Yes.
He's near the 23 that he loves, but he's not wearing it.
No.
He's just going
to
to
look at
steal it for a couple of trainings. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
play a
yeah.
joke.
Look
I'm
at
just
me.
gonna switch them over.
Just switch numbers with me, McAdam.
Hey, Shane, what number you got on?
Can we swap? Can we swap?
And then the last thing
Look
about the
down here,
draft.
man. Yeah, got you.
The last thing about the draft pick is what's their nicknames going to be? Because obviously when Fisher Mackesy come in, Tex went all out and nicknamed him Donald because he's such a big home and away fan. Donald Fisher.
Oh, Tex. Oh, that's smelly.
I think for Hugh, James is way too easy, so you got to go like Goldeneye,
I like Goldeneye. Nah.
Octopussy.
Octopussy.
Yeah.
Or you're a footballer, so maybe you go one more step and call him M or Q or something. Call him a character. from
Yeah,
Toy
whoever
Story.
sits next to him needs to be Moneypenny.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy Dowling, I'm thinking.
Dow Jones.
The Wood,
There you go. Yeah.
Little Wood.
Little wood,
That's,
yeah.
I like that.
Get
Hey,
him.
S&P 500. Get over it.
Oi, stock exchange.
Are you up or down today?
Are you a bull or a bear?
And Max Michaelani is just Max.
Almost Triple M.
Does he have a middle name? Do we know?
So is he Cruise FM?
No, what?
What?
Because he's not quite Triple M.
No, you call him Oz Stereo.
Stereo.
He just covers it all.
Love it. Yep.
We need to get him on, when we get him on the pod, we're just going to say, hey, Oz Stereo, how you going? He's going, what?
What?
I'm signed with Nova, dickhead. Oh.
Yeah.
He's way too young to understand that, actually.
That's it.
All right. Now, something that is not listed on the run sheet a little bit later about the fixture release, but I just want to talk about when the fixture release happened.
Perfect timing.
So petty, honestly.
It's so bloody strange.
It is very.
It happened literally as soon as Australia were out of the World Cup.
No. During. They
During the game.
released it about 2 minutes into the game on Sunday morning.
Was it really 2 minutes in?
Yeah, 5:30
Talk
a.m.
about burying the lead. 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Someone got up that early from AFL House to be that.
No,
big.
that was a schedule.
Yeah, you can
That
schedule.
was a schedule,
Schedule post.
That was a schedule. They guaranteed.
Bloody hell.
So I was listening to, I think it was $5 Sport Show, one of the sport shows. I was talking about the fact in 2010, when the World Cup was on in South Africa, apparently the AFL did some sort of trial match in Cape Town during the World Cup.
That's the one that Daniel
Carl-
Gorringe kicked like 10 goals.
Daniel
against.
Gorringe.
Yeah, they played the South African underage team.
Oh, fucking
The
tore it up.
AIS
What a ripping contest that was.
Yeah.
Take that,
and he-
Springboks.
Yeah,
there was a-
because he
there was
always
a-
jokes now that he's not allowed back in the country because he single-handedly destroys
That's
them.
for other reasons, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
Causing an international incident. Random. I still haven't seen the fixture.
Okay.
All right, we're only one round in.
If you're from Melbourne, you're playing in Melbourne.
Yeah, I was going to say,
That's round one.
none of the Melbourne teams travel.
No.
Yeah, because they're all going to have
Round
to
one.
travel to Adelaide later on in the year, so they would have had to placate
Have
that.
to make up for it.
Yeah. No, we're not going to make you travel for the rest of the year.
For the Magic Round. Actually, for the Magic Round, we need to get a bus. Crowject bus.
Oh my God.
Why?
Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. All right. I've got to rent the Kia Carnival. Give me a second.
Aren't they calling it Heaps Good Round or something?
Or the Gather Round.
That's the marketing that you would do, but what you said, the Heaps Good Round, is exactly what it should be.
I think that's what they've said.
Is it?
I didn't make that up.
Really?
Ray's
No,
actually
no.
part of the marketing department.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I made that
it's
up.
good, round.
But if you want to give me the
Scarily
credit for it,
the-
I'll-
what school did you go to round? That's scarily brilliant.
And then I see next on your run sheet that they've stolen something else from the NRL as well.
The world versus,
World
Indigenous.
Yeah, NRL do Maori versus Indigenous in the first game of the year. So.
Well, how many players do we have that could represent the world? Like the 5 Irish blokes we got at the moment? Or
Oh, then Mason Cox.
Yeah, Mason Cox.
Yeah.
And
And then Mason Cox.
yeah.
You get Mike Pike out of retirement to represent Canada.
then oi,
Jose Ramiro from Western Bulldogs. He was from Latin America somewhere.
Lin Jong will tape the
Yeah,
wrong
Lin Jong.
shoulder, but he's not playing anymore.
No, is he done?
Yeah, he plays like amateur footy now.
Okay. Still, get him out of retirement.
Here we go. Jose Ramiro. He's from Chile.
There you go.
Chile.
Yeah. So he's good at overthrowing things. Anyway, continue.
But Romano Negri. The milkman.
Yeah, the milkman.
You're thinking of Argentina.
Oh, all of Latin America is destabilised because of the CIA. Anyway, continue.
Anyway.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry to
What
go
is this?
hashtag
World versus
dark.
I've never heard of this.
Yes.
This is new to me
Yeah,
completely.
anyway.
They're actually going to do this?
Well, it's on the run sheet.
You know
so-
how I just said heaps good round wasn't my idea? The AFL don't say that. They go,
No.
we got this great idea, guys.
Yeah.
Listen to this. We'll play every round, like one round, all in the same spot.
Oh, like a magic round?
No, it's not a magic
No,
round.
it's not a magic round.
Blue
Where'd you
Sky
get that
session.
idea?
Blue Sky, right?
No bad ideas.
Yeah, no bad ideas.
Everyone
What about this? No, shit.
Everyone start flicking through KO right now for ideas.
Yeah. How about this? March Madness.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Might catch on.
The World Series.
We should start calling the AFL the World Series because no one else
Honestly,
will beat
we
us
should.
at
like that.
I reckon we should.
If we're going to have a world team, why not?
it. Yeah.
I honestly think they should be world champions. They just
Yeah.
call it world champions.
Well, I mean,
The one thing I love about the US, they know how to make anything. If you're watching it, this is the only thing you should be watching right now. This is the center of the universe. And if you fucking change it, we will kill you.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes. Oh, they will. Oh, they will.
Grub.
Yeah.
You didn't know the World Series was named after the newspaper, not the world.
Well, why would
No
they
shit.
be called the world champions?
Yeah.
Because they're champions of the World Series.
Yeah, but the World
They're
Series,
actually World
is
Series
of the
champions.
world.
Anyway,
We are the world.
I hate baseball and I still haven't got an answer to my question. What the hell is this game? What World versus Indigenous All-Stars? What are they hoping to achieve with this?
let me find the other.
Another lazy marketing scheme to try get.
I can tell you the result right now.
This is another way of them
Indigenous.
burying all the things about Alistair Clark and
Yeah.
other stuff
Yeah,
like that.
probably.
He'll probably coach it.
Yeah, exactly.
Him and Chris Fagan will be like, we
it's
want to learn about the culture.
I just really want to reconcile myself.
Yeah.
But if your partner's pregnant, you can't play.
Yeah. We'll teach her how
All
to
right,
knit.
moving on.
I'm just flavour. Anyway,
So, the AFL is reportedly planning a special pre-season exhibition game between an Indigenous All-Stars team and a world team featuring multicultural players. Seven reported that the game had been discussed during the AFLPA Indigenous and Multicultural Players Summit this week and would intend to celebrate all cultures. It is hoped that Buddy Franklin would headline the game.
He's
on the
not
Indigenous
gonna
side, with the
play.
February
He barely
shaping up.
played for Sydney.
no, there's going to be a build-up. He'll do all the videos.
Yep.
He'll do all the
And he pulls out
media.
last minute.
He
Okay.
pulls out
Oh, I
last
got an
minute.
injury.
Gastro that morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stubbed my toe getting out of bed.
Yeah,
Can't
got
play.
bloody hangnail awareness or whatever it is.
So the multicultural side of things, okay, I'm starting to
Yeah.
come around to it a bit.
So we've got an Indigenous All-Star team has actually played on and off across the last few decades, most recently in 2015 against West Coast when Captain Sean Burgoyne won the Polly Farmer medal. Since then, the team has not played, though an AFLX team nicknamed Deadly, captained by Eddie Betts, featured in the short-lived format. Short-lived.
How dare they throw that in there?
That's generous.
Short-lived format, literally a weekend.
Yeah.
The boomerangs.
Can't even say here because it only happened once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
AFLX season 1.
Yeah.
And we won the premiership for that.
Hey,
Carl Cheney Cup.
yes.
Yeah.
Too good.
I'm trying to think who would play. So you get like a Lear.
You know what they should do? Instead of having this, because this is why State of Origin doesn't work in the AFL. The players don't want to play because they don't want to get injured. The teams don't want them to play out of fear of injury. So why not have like your world teams have a carnival on the weekend and involve an AFL system and get these people into an AFL system?
Yeah.
A little bit of development for the outer world and then... outer world? That's not a word.
You've been watching Fifth Element while I was gone.
I don't know what just happened there.
I reckon we should call it the Magic Round.
Yeah.
At least there's like an end goal for the players playing in it.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to have an exhibition match that means nothing that the players aren't going to actually put in, and then you're more chance of getting hurt when you're not putting in. You get these guys, because they do a World Cup every year that Australia aren't part of. Get it on a weekend, involve the AFL clubs, and get a bit of development for the game.
So do you mean the AFL clubs give a bit of coaching? They offer
facilities.
They go and tear every other country apart.
And then the winner gets thrown to the wolves. And they play the last placed AFL team.
My favourite thing about it is that the AFL Players Association, this time last year, were all saying we're playing too many games.
Exactly.
And
We need to shorten the quarter.
Yeah, shorten the quarters. There's too many injuries.
Patrick Dangerfield cries.
Yeah, where? I'm trying to impersonate Shepmates and all that other crap that he was doing. Next minute, we're going to play another game.
It's prepping for the extended season they're going to have when they say yes to Tassie.
Oh.
Yeah, because I keep hearing, I don't know if you've heard the same, but Tassie is a yes. They just don't know when or who should announce it. So
who the 20th team's going to be, because they're not going to do.
They're not going to 19. No,
Please, AFL, move St Kilda
to the tip and start again.
And bring in 2 new teams.
2 new teams. That's it. Demolish St Kilda and we'll keep talking.
Well, they've just built the centre of mediocrity down there at St Kilda.
The centre, instead of a centre of excellence, the centre of mediocrity.
Purgatory.
Welcome to St Kilda. How are you?
And the best thing about St
doesn't
Kilda
open
is
properly.
the best thing about St Kilda is they've just drafted 2 really good SA kids that'll want to come home in 2 years.
Yeah.
Devastating. Thank you. Did I message you? I think I messaged you. Just like I feel gross about this. Like.
My favourite part was Philippou coming out like 2 days before being like, I'd love to go to Melbourne and play in front of big crowds.
I'd love to go to Melbourne and play instead of 15 people.
Marvel Stadium on a Sunday afternoon with 7,000 people cheering him.
I just can't wait to get him to get a couple of pre-seasons in and then come home.
Now, Benny Mac, do we have any Beryl and Cecil of the week?
Well, it'd be rude not to on the final episode of the year, wouldn't it?
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster throughout the whole year, hasn't it?
It has. And we finish off with a couple of good ones, including a draftee, Carlton. But we'll start with Edith after we posted a congratulations post for the Sloanes on the recent birth of their 3rd child, I believe. So congratulations to Rory and Belinda.
How do him and Tex keep timing it so well?
I don't know.
We'll talk about that later.
So we put up a photo of it just saying congratulations, Rory and Belinda, and Edith decided to reply to our story saying, congratulations to the both of you on the birth of your beautiful daughter. Heart, heart.
No, this is in our messages.
To us.
She sent it to our page.
Congratulations to us.
Now, what did we respond with?
Yeah, I replied to it, didn't I?
Yeah, he just said, thank you, Edith. We haven't slept.
It's not the first time that's happened. I think we've had about 2 boomers. Every time one of the Sloanes or the Walkers pops out a baby, just replies.
It's only them 2.
Yeah.
Congrats to you both. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, Beryl.
Thanks, Beryl. We're doing great.
And then Edith's like, I know, I have a really good connection with them.
They replied. Look, they've replied.
You remember I sent you that message on Facebook that one time? What?
You're going to show the kids around Christmas lunch. Look, Rory replied.
Frames it on the wall.
The whole phone. Doesn't bring it out, just the whole phone.
Oh, it went flat.
Oh, it's black now. I don't know. This reminds me of when a certain draftee thought that we were the club shop when we offered them a beating.
Yeah.
Can I also get a track pants and a new polo and my brother wants stuff as well.
wasn't it?
Shelley.
Oh, that was the best part. That was the start of this year. That's all right. Can I get this, that? Yeah, here's my size. Man. Got some news. Message Lockie Murphy. Anyway.
So we round off Beryl and Cecil of the year with Carlton draftee Harry Lemmy. Now, after the
Westies.
I don't know if it was a
Good
every
pickup
club
by
had it or just Carlton had it, but they asked him some sort of profile questions. So, what's your nickname? His nickname's Lem. Favorite meal? Sushi. One thing on your bucket list? USA trip. And your childhood AFL hero? Kurt Tippett.
No.
He must be related.
Hero.
Related.
So that was obviously for the cookbook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tippett.
I was going to say you grew up with Tippett's tips.
He loves the sausage roll.
Oh.
Or maybe he's a netball fan, really like Gretel.
Maybe. She was a gun too. Yeah.
She still plays. She's got
still
a different name. She's married and got out of that family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
So basically, if you're Carlton, you're really worried right now. And Stephen Trigg, who is a
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. Do you reckon how did he respond to that? Do you think he just got a PTSD flashback?
I hope that post has been removed. He saw it straight away.
Yeah, if Triggy goes to the secretary and says, "Can you go down to Office Works and get some brown paper bags?"
Yeah. I've got an idea.
I think we've buried the lead on Kurt Tippett as well because, he was a bad that whole thing was bad. But then we ended up drafting Rory Atkins because of him.
Oh,
so he kept
take
hurting
that.
us. He kept hurting.
We sent Bernie Vince out the door to do that as well.
Yeah.
beautiful times.
Yeah, now he gets paid $500K for a touch. So.
Yeah.
And Rob met Jordan Peterson. That's on the thing. Jordan!
We're not.
Tell me how to be a better man, Jordan.
We're not going to go too much about this because this is still something active at present. But Rob met Jordan Peterson. Now, just Google him. We're not going to give any commentary about it, to be perfectly honest, other than the fact that there were some comments made online on Rob's Instagram from other players that people, and this is active right now, like that a lot of people at the club are pretty upset about. And we're going to leave it at that.
Probably smart.
Yeah, that's the first smart thing that we've done all year in the last spot. Anyway, AFL 9's update. Who's leading the Nick Gill Award at the moment? I haven't played a game yet.
Yeah.
None of us around this table have played a game yet. I believe they did win their first game a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, with all the fill-ins.
Yeah, with all the fill-ins, and lost by a couple of goals last week. And then I think they have a chance tomorrow night because they're playing the bottom place.
That is correct. So you might be listening this Tuesday morning, but they'll be playing, tonight. And hope they get up and hopefully Soph, kicks a few more torps. That's for sure.
Is her AFL hero Kurt Tippett as well? Or?
Oh God, I hope not. I mean, she's going to leave halfway through the game. Now, the fixture, which we talked about as well, round 1, we play GWS in New South Wales, and the Boomers were upset about that one. Oh, God.
We've only had the last 4 in a row
Yeah,
in round 1.
Yeah, exactly. And the last time we played GWS in round 1 was 2017 at Adelaide Oval. And boy,
Stinking hot day.
Yes, that is correct.
I remember that game. Oh, my God. Oh, Troy Menzel's debut.
Oh,
yeah. AFL 9's player for us too.
Yeah.
He was in the news today as well about being shocked that Carlton picked him in his draft year or something.
can't imagine why.
Yeah.
Me?
I was crap.
Did you
My
meet
brother was a talented one.
Anyway, we did have, I think it was Frank Milanese, a friend of the pod and Patreon, who wrote on our Twitter as well, saying that the last time that we played was 2017 and it went well. And to which I...
Until the last game.
Until I replied, yeah, we did well until we shit the bed in the grand final.
Until Jack Royett started singing with the Killers.
Until we picked Andy Odden.
Still can't listen to that song.
Oh, no, me either.
Yeah, and they were in town last night too.
Yeah,
They were.
I stayed away.
I almost went because I love Amy Shark, but just can't stand the Killers. Or Jim Beam and domestic violence at the Clips.
Amy Shark. Sorry.
Something just as stinky.
The parents in the room just got PTSD because
Something as stinky.
We start round one with Richmond versus Carlton on Thursday night. So we've scrapped the grand final rematch. We
Enough.
don't need that.
What's
I
this,
don't
the
hate it
11th
actually.
Is this the 11th
Yeah, I do.
time in a row this has happened?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
just stick with it. You get the two biggest supporter bases. Carlton's season isn't over yet, so the fans are going to turn out.
Then, so Thursday, Richmond Carlton. Friday night will be a cracker of a game. We go to Geelong versus Collingwood at the MCG.
Ooh,
so the
yeah, okay.
semi-final from last year.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised they didn't do the grand final rematch.
Yeah.
They usually do it in the
Sprinkle
first
somewhere.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it because it was a shit fest?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean,
Genuinely, maybe.
well, honestly, they. Yeah.
Sydney are curled up in a
I think
corner.
maybe they want to do it at Cardinia Park because that'll be all finished. They can unveil the flag.
You mean in the pork barreling stadium?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
Speaking of not watching, Saturday, the first game Saturday is North Melbourne taking on West Coast at Marble Stadium, which
Yep.
is going to be a rip snorter. Dwayne Russell.
Get it out
affair.
early.
Yeah.
Followed by Port versus Brisbane at the Adelaide Oval, which would be an alright match. Melbourne
Take
versus,
the line with Brisbane for that one.
absolutely. I actually Port
In your
favourite.
way too early prediction.
Yeah.
Did I have the odds out? Quick, get on it. Get on it early.
I
I'm
looked at
writing the odds as we speak.
I actually looked at this to see what we were paying out of curiosity after they put it up, and Port are the favourites in that one.
You're right.
160 to 230 or something like
Get
that.
on it,
Yeah,
big
Port's-
Game
I've heard
more
from Port they're training it down, training the house down.
On fire.
Brisbane just got so much better in the off season, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
A lot better.
Yeah.
And then I seen today that they've just picked up Connor McKenna as an SSP pick today.
You kidding?
Back from Ireland. Yeah, so can you imagine Rich and
Essendon are so
Kitty Coleman?
Yeah, wouldn't they?
And then Connor McKenna just flying off the half back flank for them.
They still won't win a flag, but yeah, I can see all of those things happening.
Yeah,
Gee, they're gonna
valiantly
do-
play to a home prelim and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
they go. But
It sells the memberships, that's all that matters.
Saturday night, you've got Melbourne taking on the Western Bulldogs, so that should be a decent game. Not such a decent game. Gold Coast taking on Sydney at Metricon Stadium, the other game on the Saturday night. So you're
I'm going to go out and on a limb and say that Gold Coast are making the finals this year.
Yeah.
there we go.
Well, this year.
Okay.
Well, next season.
Next year.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're not cream.
This season in question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunday, obviously, we've just spoken about GWS taking on Adelaide at Giants Stadium.
Sexy new time.
Indeed. Hawthorn taking on Essendon at the MCG is your middle afternoon game. And we rounded off with a big Mateus Philippou. St Kilda versus Fremantle at Marvel Stadium. 4:40 on a Sunday Arvo.
Oh, I can't wait to play in front of big crowds at a
Yeah.
big Melbourne
Let's
club.
pick the over-under for that crowd. I'm going to go 17,500.
Oh, ambitious. 14.
I'm going to go 26 just because, again, like Carlton, their season's not over.
That's, fair.
Yeah. I was going to say 23, so that's about right.
I want to see how many St Kilda fans rock up with whatever Keylor and whatever Philippou's numbers are on the back of
Yeah.
their jumpers. Just
Are they-
full of hope.
And you know
We
what?
got Ross back.
There's a couple of things you can bank on in life is death, taxes, and Freo playing at 4 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon.
Literally.
It's their natural habitat. Yeah. And everyone back in Perth, like staying up until 10 o'clock at night just to watch the footy on a work night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, it goes the other way.
I was going to say, it'll be like 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
So you can have your Sunday roast, and you can settle in for another Freo.
Are Freo fans big on the
A draw. It's going to be a draw.
Nah,
It'll be a
Freo
draw.
fans are big on Jim Beam and spousal abuse. Yeah, sorry about that.
Interestingly, though, neither Perth team play in Perth.
Yeah,
So,
there's something on at the stadium that week, and they're going to have 2 home games the week after.
And
Taylor Swift concert or?
No, it'll be Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
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 I'm not joking.
No.
Like, it's Ed Sheeran.
I'm going to the one here. That should be good.
Yeah, it's going to be a
We
cracker.
still play at home, though.
Yeah.
Fuck Fremantle.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it'll be good. No, he was good when he was in town last time.
Yeah, it was.
I watched Cozzy get angry that he couldn't get into the VIP area, and then he posted on Facebook about it and just got eviscerated.
Will he sing Over the Fig Tree on the Hill, or...?
That is brilliant.
Amazing.
I'm on my...
That's possibly the best thing I've ever said on this podcast.
It's up there. It's honestly up there.
Really up.
Leave the best till last part of the year.
It's my seat's at 90.
Do you mean 119?
Oh, yeah, got it. All right. Now, it is the last pod of the year as well. And it's been a big year, hasn't it, guys? Now, obviously, we don't have Cream and Elodie here tonight, but they're the big part of the pod as well. And also we've had Ray on as well, and Jade, and all sorts of other guests that we've had all throughout the year too.
And if you didn't see last week, we put up the best of 2022 episode.
You did a phenomenal. Can I just say, Lleyton did a phenomenal job getting
Well done,
together.
mate.
That was
Absolutely.
brilliant.
Well done.
There was nothing. So I took some time off from the pod for a little bit, and Lleyton just came out with that. And honestly, brilliant job, because curating all that is difficult, because trying to find best bits.
In the Crowject? It's hard.
But we've had some big interviews throughout the year as well. You've interviewed to the start. You're the Ann Wills of the podcast.
Sure.
You're going to get another Logie this year, aren't you? The regional Logie.
Yeah. Again? Yeah, sure. No, it's been great. I mean, the thing I've got to say is genuinely the Adelaide Football Club have become so much more accessible over the last couple of years. And when we first started, it was really hard. It was like trying to get blood from a stone. But now whatever changes have been made, or whether there's just a better relationship between us and the club, we really genuinely appreciate it. And the players too, especially the AFL women's players, the girls are just so giving in their time and genuinely just love talking about the game and have a real passion for it. So it's humbling sometimes when you pinch yourself and you go, Jesus, who am I talking to later this afternoon? Oh, Hatchard. Oh, yeah, no dramas. Okay, cool. But they're just such normal, down-to-earth people. So it's...
Yeah. I mean, we're also Connor Cromchad, who helps us out too. He did his interview with Ben Keys.
Yep.
Which...
Amazing.
He did at my work, and I've never seen a boy so nervous. And he did a great job. Did a fantastic job. But Benny Mac, you interviewed EJ?
EJ and
Eloise Jones. Yeah.
Who was the other one we did? Sam Jacobs early in the year.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's right. That'll be happening again soon, hopefully. But we also had Graham Goodings on too. Also sponsored Rainbow Crows as well, which started this year. And
huge. Well done you, by the way, for getting around that and getting onto that. That's a great initiative.
No, we love all things that Rainbow Crows stand for, and
definitely.
Also, GoCrom merch. We've raised 21,000 according to the accountant.
We went back to the origin story of the Crowbar pod. We had those guys on.
That's right.
That was
fantastic. Yeah.
I think they're still in shock that they helped to start the pod. They're just like, from us.
If they didn't do what they did, there wouldn't be the 1900 Crows podcasts that there are now.
Correct.
Certainly wouldn't be us if they didn't do their thing.
It's a crow world. I saw the one that's coming out soon. So it's name it.
We also had James Donald Forbes McCann on.
That's right. Oh my God.
We are going to get him back on.
Plan.
Yeah,
we'll get him back on. He's very keen.
Pure chaos.
And we got
that episode.
We've got so many plans for next year as well.
Yes.
The recall, and also hopefully a quiz night earlier in the year to raise some more cash. And
had a live recording.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
The works.
Yeah, the works.
No, I mean, we had our live recording.
Oh, we had?
And everyone
That's
came
right,
to
the
the
Gold
Marion
Coast
Hotel
game.
and the Gold Coast game. That was phenomenal.
The Gold Coast game. Anyway. And then we had some guy calling us and just breathing into a phone.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
And then Jade's mum, Sal, Jade and Eb's mum, Sal, just saying.
That was epic content.
Call back to the walk and talks.
I think, so I said to the missus this year that next year there will be a walk and talk after every home game. This is locked in. It'll happen. But it's just going to be me. So the walk and talk is styled upon. There's a Arkansas Razorbacks podcast that I listen to, and they do a walk and talk practically straight after the game. But they're walking out of the stadium at the time, but they don't actually interview people. But I actually think the interviewing people is half of the fun.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because you grab a stranger by the shoulder and say, "What were your thoughts on that game?"
I know. What are your thoughts? Get off me, Nick. What do you want? The Crow Post? What's your podcast?
Which one are you? Which one are you?
No, it's been a huge year. I'm sure I'm missing things to mention as well, but it's been phenomenal. And biggest thanks is to our amazing patrons as well. They've stuck around and have helped us out so much too. There will be some thank yous going out soon. The other thing, fabric of our club.
Yes.
Probably the proudest thing I've been a part of, honestly, other than my child. But this as well is...
Good save.
Yeah.
Well done, Redman.
That's just because it's a given, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but Lleyton and the whole gang have done a phenomenal job on that too. And get your copy as soon as you can, because they're express shipping out of the doors.
It's not every day a mate comes up to you and says, "I've written a book." Hang on, what? Yeah, here it is. Jesus, this is real.
No. Yeah, so any other thoughts or memories from the year or anything
Sean
else?
Craig Murphy, the great man, just absolutely force-feeding the club Paddy Parnell until they picked him.
That's phenomenal. We need to get SEM back on as well. Yeah. And Sam Tuggle as well, big thanks as well, hooking us up with getting on 5AA too. And congrats to Sam as well, who'll be hosting the 5AA Sports Show full time now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also Will Goodlands for basically white-anting Jane Doyle into taking over.
That's one way of putting it.
Prove me wrong. Yeah.
If either of you are available for comment, we'll have you on.
Yeah.
We did have him on. That was fantastic.
One of my favourite memories was just getting a random message in the group chat that we've got saying, Pete, Lleyton, 5AA, drive show, Sunday morning, make sure you check it out. So I did. I'm on my morning walk listening to it and I'm cracking up. And then KG, who we've had on the show.
That's right.
We have 100% met KG. He has been on the show. He knows us and knows what we do. Actually looked at the pair of you and went, well, clearly not, because what he said live on air was, so what do you do? What is this?
The stutter was perfect.
What do you guys do? No, we've actually had you on the podcast.
Oh,
don't remember that. No, it's,
You're putting words in my mouth.
this is what I want for Christmas. That's what he did say. He did say that.
say it.
But then we were just like, oh, do you want a brochure? No. Don't worry about it. Anyway, no, look, it's been a huge year, guys. And obviously to all of you and to Cream and to Elodie and everyone else as well for helping us out too. And like you said, big thank you to the club and the contacts there too. Yep. And look, to the other podcasts as well, you know, sort of adding to the fabric of everything in regards to the Crowject fandom as well. And we'll be doing some more stuff in the off-season too. I have started recording my breakdown of the showdown.
Oh,
as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the Dawson kick.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lead-up thing that I've done for that. So that'll be coming out very, very soon as well. And next year, bigger and better than ever. But we'll be releasing stuff throughout the off-season, just sort of shit-posting our way through the end of the year.
So what we did during the year as well.
Pretty much.
Nothing's changing over the off-season, folks.
Oh, God.
Just surviving cricket season, aren't we?
Oh, you're not a fan of that, are you? Not a fan?
I'm falling away from it a bit.
Didn't even know that the test match was on the other day.
No one did.
Neither did Perth.
Yeah, they had so little crowd.
Yeah.
And did you hear Cricket Australia were confiscating any Justin Langer signs?
That was amazing.
What was that?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So salty.
Yeah, I know.
The 7 people in the Oval just...
Both of them were really upset that what the other guy's sign got stolen.
I heard one guy rocked up and was disappointed to find it wasn't a Shield match.
What about better atmosphere here?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you so much for listening as well, you amazing listeners and everyone that posts on our socials too. Merry Christmas and have a happy new year. We, of course, are being led out by the Stiff Necks this week as well with Modra.
The latest single.
Latest single on Spotify as well. And coming in the new year, I'm going to put up my phone call when I called ESPN Arkansas to abuse them about Max Fletcher, son of Dustin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, went on the air, dropped the microphone, said I'll hang up and listen, and just left them for dead for 3 hours. They didn't stop talking about it. That was weird. Anyway, that's Stiff Necks with Modra. But my name's Peter. You're Damon?
I'm Damon.
Thank you, Damon. Lleyton, thank you so much for your amazing work this year, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Ray,
Thank you for having me again.
love your work, mate.
I feel like I derailed the show every time with just my nonsense, but
There were no rails to begin with. Right. And Benny Mac,
Thank
you so much. And thank you to Elodie and Cream. And my name's Peter. Go Crom.
Go Crom.
See you in 2023, guys.
That is the mark of the year. I'll say now, no one will beat that.
South Australia circa 1989 and the Adelaide Crows were inaugurated into the AFL. A proud, proud day in our state's history. What a time it was to be alive. A young country boy hailing out from the west was starting to make a name for himself as a promising key forward. Taking home the flag in that year's amateur league, it was just a sign of things to come. And picked up as a mature age player in that year's draft.